Hi, I'm Gina Tabrizi, and I'm the Clinical Director of Harmony Heals Holistic Counseling Center. I wanted to talk to you about cyberbullying. Being a victim of cyberbullying is no joke. It's something you hear all the time now on the media, and maybe you're buying into it, maybe you're not, maybe you're thinking it's kids just having fun and how serious it could be or not. When you're a young person and an adult, your whole identity is wrapped around your peers. Going to school is all about fitting in and finding your groove and your niche of people that you relate to. What the cyberbullying does is they exploit that need that every adolescent has to be part of a group. They will find a small little incident or a small little quirk or difference in a person and decide that that makes them a target. What happens is the cyberbully thinks, if I put you down, that somehow gives me credibility and brings up their status. I've heard, even in my kid, I have an adolescent as well, even in her school, I've heard stories about kids who do things just to get a certain status, and they have no fear or no qualms about targeting another kid in order to get their cool status and their status at school up. Cyberbullying is the easiest way for them to do that. They have access to that kid without ever laying hands on them, but the threat is just as serious and the intent is just as serious. If you get someone who has other issues and really is struggling, has a difficult home life, maybe they have depression, maybe they've had anger and aggressive issues that they haven't dealt with, and this person starts participating in kind of a cyberbullying thing, and they're coaxed into following up on a threat, they'll go there. They'll take that and they'll follow that as an invitation to build up their street cred, in other words. And they'll go after a very innocent child. And we've had many cases at Harmony Heals with cyberbullying, some that have gone to court, some that are just in the early stages of doing that. We've had children that had to be removed from their school setting because it was so chronic and so intrusive in their life. You know, they're looking for validation. That person wants to be accepted and to be loved in the same way that the victim is wanting to be accepted and be loved. They're trying to find their own way, and somehow they've decided that if they can abuse and threaten another child, somehow that's going to just quickly get them into that acceptance in that group, and they're willing to risk and sometimes don't even comprehend because adolescents are so, you know, compulsive and impulsive in their behavior because their minds haven't fully developed yet, their brain isn't fully developed, so it's easy for them to jump into this bandwagon with other kids and get into this and thinking that it's kind of fun and kind of okay, as if it's socially acceptable. In terms of counseling and helping that person, the clinician has to understand that. The therapist or counselor that you're working with has to really get the depths of it. It's not a simple, easy, someone sent me this horrible message. It's an intrusion on them. Every time that they get those messages and they get those words, it starts to tear away at their esteem and their sense of safety. And so they're going to school and they're like a war victim. They're waiting for that next hit to come, and they're looking over their shoulder and turning their heads, and their anxiety gets to be the point where they can't tolerate it anymore, so then they start to feel depressed. And a lot of our clients we've seen become suicidal because of it, because they don't see an end to it. They don't see a way out. You know, counseling is one way out. Getting support for your child, if they're a victim of cyberbullying, is absolutely critical, and in no way should it ever be diminished or dismissed or swept under the carpet. It's something that you need to address right away. And I hope if you're looking for that help that you'll contact us at Harmony Heals. If you're looking for individual or couples counseling, we would love for you to contact us at Harmony Heals Holistic Counseling Center.